Alright, we'll see how long I can film because I'm cooking bacon in the air fryer, and once it starts smoking, I am going to need to turn the fan on, and it's already loud enough with the air fryer fan. I just don't know if I'm going to have time to sit and film it a little bit. Alright, so I've had a really crappy day. No matter how much I tried, I couldn't fall asleep till 7 a.m. My mom called at 8 a.m. woke me up because my daughter needed some paperwork filled out on a website, and I had to do it. And it had to be done right then and there. Literally couldn't wait. Took me about 45 minutes of not really being able to see, because once I fall asleep, my eyes start messing up on me. It's something new ever since I had that infection. And then, on top of it, I'm losing train of thought. I've had no sleep. So it was a nightmare. I did it, and then it took me about an hour to fall back asleep, and then my friggin' cats kept waking me up, and tons of spam calls kept waking me up, and then I had to be awake by 12. So I really had no sleep. Also, one of the reasons I could not fall asleep last night is my blood sugar. I should have recorded, but y'all, when your blood sugar is in the 50s, you don't even think to record, right? I tested it. It was in the 50s. I was sick, so sick. I got very nauseous, very shaky, so I ended up cooking me, I think it was like 12, 1, I don't know, somewhere during the night. I ended up having to cook me the rest of my picanha and some of the fat, and had a coffee, and then I was perfectly fine after that. It all went to normal. So yeah, I do have some picanha fat left I'm going to use this week. So I went to the meat market. So we took care of the stuff for my daughter's therapy thing today. And then me and her decided to go get errands done, and she came with me. We went to the meat market because, you know, I need picanha. But they only cut it so many times a week, like once a week, because it comes off the butt of a sirloin. So unless they're cutting sirloin, they don't have any picanhas. And they're not cutting sirloins there this week. They were literally, I got right here in this bag is the last ground sirloin that they have, because they don't have any more sirloin, which means no more picanha, no more nothing. So I ordered me, because they will have some on Friday, so I went ahead and ordered at least 10, more than 10 pounds. So I ordered it for Friday pickup, and then this is all they have for ground beef. I did get me my low sodium Aldi's bacon, thank God. I do have some, I have a couple of packs of frozen ground sirloin, and I have my eggs. So hopefully it works out. But I've been all emotional and stuff today, because when my blood sugar drops the next 24 hours or so, yes honey? Oh, the next 24 hours or so, I'm like this emotional ball of like emotion. And y'all, when they said there was no picanha, I did not cry in front of them. I did not cry, but my brain wanted to cry. I got very frustrated. Okay, first of all, even their sirloin is too much per pound for me. Like their ground sirloin, I didn't realize has gone up to $9 a pound. So the picanha is $7.99 a pound. It used to be how much the ground sirloin is, but now I guess it's $9 a pound. And then sirloin steak is $10.99 a pound, and then some of the other stuff is like $16 to $20 a pound. I can't afford that. Can't afford that. When I'm not doing a carnivore or a keto diet, I can get away with crappier meat that is sold at other places. This is literally coming off their cattle farm. They're processing, they're cutting, they're doing all that stuff, and then they are selling it. Okay, so I have no issues. I know what's happening to the meat. I know it costs more, but I don't have a stomach issue. I don't. Let me check the bacon. Nope, still cooking. So I don't have so many issues at all. But y'all, when I try hamburger meat or steak from other places, I'm on the ground crying. And they're expensive too. There is not cheap steak meat anywhere. And I can never do fatty, the reason I can do this ground sirloin and no other hamburger meat, because they literally grind it from the sirloin steak. I gotta use this. So they cut all the fat off, and then they just grind it from the sirloin steak. So now that I'm on this journey of low histamines, I have to figure out what days they cut what. I have put in an order. So I will go Friday and pick that order up. But it only lasts like 5 days. I can freeze the hamburger meat. I cannot freeze the picanha. It's just not the same texture. Okay, I'll finish talking when we don't have all these fans. By the way, right now all I'm doing is browning the meat with the butter that you saw, which is Aldi's Irish butter, and then just chef's blend. Lots of chef's blend. And then I have bacon cooking in the air fryer, and when I get to the next step and can turn the fan off, you'll be with me. I can already tell you now I should have spaced this out, because I'm not supposed to be doing any kind of leftovers. Made way too many bacons, and the hamburger meat only cooked down to 13 ounces, and the last few times it was cooking down to 11. I made 3 eggs, should have made 2. So this is supposed to be like, yeah, I should have done half the hamburger meat and half of everything, and then I could add 2 meals. Let's see if I can eat it. And it is 6:15. Alright, so it is like day 9 of trying a low histamine diet, which is January 16th. As I was saying, my blood sugar did drop. I think it was like 53. It was something crazy low. I was really sick from it, but then I ate fat. I had a coffee. Then I went back into the 80s. So it left me emotional wreck all day. Whew. And why was I emotional wreck? 1 is I'm super sensitive after that happens, and 2, y'all, a low histamine diet / like doing it low carb, a low histamine, low carb diet is a nightmare for me. It is way stricter and harder than carnivore and keto. All right. You're like, what are you talking about? You're eating carnivore. Here's the deal. With a low histamine diet, I cannot have leftovers. So what you just saw me eat, I was expecting it to cook down to 11 ounces or less, and it didn't. So it was about 3-4 ounces I did not eat. I could not eat. I did eat all the bacon. I did eat all the egg. So the trick with low histamine, I have an hour to eat that food. Otherwise, it grows histamines. I've looked it up a billion times. After an hour, no eating it. No more if you want to do a true histamine diet. Yes, I am having the sucralose and stuff because that is not even on the list, and I don't seem to have issues with them. I've never had issues with that kind of stuff. So we are trying the very strict no leftovers, because most of my life I didn't eat leftovers, and then this last 2 years I started eating leftovers. And the sicknesses have been crazy. So I'm taking everything and following those rules. Cat hair, sorry. So here we go. So when I'm hungry and I'm in a hurry and I have no time, I just don't get to eat. Also, a low histamine means I have to prepare it myself. I can't go through a McDonald's drive-thru and order carnivore, like a dirty carnivore or dirty keto, or anywhere else, okay? Other than maybe Buffalo Wild Wings, because it is, like I said, in tallow. No bad seed oils. No, it's nothing, but that takes forever. That's not a fast thing, and it's very expensive. So I just don't get to eat. And I don't like eating when I first wake up for the first 3 to 5 hours, because when I'm not hungry, and when I force myself to eat when I'm not hungry, I get really sick or really, really sleepy. Like I've learned a long time ago, we do not force myself to eat when I am not hungry. Meaning, I just can't. I literally will not be able to eat before I leave. Like today, had to be up at 12, had to get out of here. No way I could eat. So when I got home and finally got to eat at 6, I was actually very hungry and cranky. But I think it was more in my brain than my stomach, to be truthful, just because I was so exhausted from no sleep. Like, I don't think it was like actual hunger, because I did eat around, I don't know, 12 or 1 or whenever last night. I think it was more my brain starving for energy because of no sleep. So low histamine means no leftover, no pre-cooked meals of any kind, no bots, no processed, no grabbing deli meats, the only process I am allowing is the low sodium bacon, because I have done a elimination challenge a billion times using that bacon and stuff. Same with the Circle-O's, even the sweet and low, but I took that out and it has not been back in. So there's certain things I've already done multiple times over the years, elimination diet, and realized it causes me no issues. I do know no matter how my water is, no matter what kind of water it is, I definitely can't drink it cold, but it gives me heartburn. I'm having heartburn right now because I was thirsty and was silly and drank water. Weird. I can drink coffee, no heartburn. Drink water, severe heartburn. And yes, I've tried warming up the water and I still get heartburn. And maybe it's because I cannot control the speed I drink water. I drink water like super fast, and even when I tell my brain don't do it, my brain does it. But everything else I drink super, super slow. So maybe that's it. I don't know. But so it makes it a lot harder because there is no pre-cooked meals. There is no grab and go, because there's no grab and go on this list. And nothing can be cooked early. So it makes it harder. A lot harder. And I'm on the really strict one right now, that since I've tested positive for being allergic to poultry in the past, I cannot add poultry in right now. So yeah. We're going along. So right now, we're having our eggs, we're having our bacon, we're having our beef, we're having butter, occasional fresh mozzarella, and our coffee. And that's it right now. Like I said, I have to be really careful with the cut of beef too, because every time I've done other places and been like, let's just try it, I end up with a horrible, horrible, horrible gushing GERD heartburn that I cannot breathe with, I cannot function, and I end up eating crackers. So we are not going there at all. But I gotta try to go to bed early tonight, which is really, really hard for me. It's 8 p.m. already, so that is the only oh shoot, copyright issues there. I think it's happening again. My TV keeps wanting to go ahead and start playing. I'm watching Doctor Who. It's where he just turned into the new Doctor with Amelia Pond. And of course, I was sad and crying because my last Doctor did not want to go yet. Hold on, pause again. Did not want to leave. But, and yes, I've seen him 3 or 4 times. When I am in the States I've been in lately, I don't like surprises. So we are watching shows I already know. I don't have to pay attention, and there's no surprising and no upsetting me. Well, of course, that's upsetting. But you know what I mean. If you have ADHD, you're understanding where I'm coming from right now. We know we like it. We're not going to be disappointed that we just watched some crap and wasted our time and is bored, and now we have no dopamine in our brain because we were looking for dopamine and that show did not do it for us, and we just wasted our time. So you just go back and rewatch the same stuff over and over again. Most people's brains make dopamine, people with ADHD and a lot of people with autism's brains do not make any kind of dopamine at all. It has to be, and it's very rare to find something that will help you. It is a pain in the butt. But I am having my last coffee of the day. I was so excited because I was going to have to go on Skinny Girl Syrup website again, where they are $9 a piece. $9 a piece, which I hate paying that, but I did at Christmas. I took some of my Christmas money. But I I just happened, I've checked every store that I normally buy them at, and no one's had them for months. And I just happened to run in there today, and they got a whole new shipment in. So I was able to get, because I like salted caramel, period. That's, my morning has to be a salted caramel. So I got me every bottle that they had a salted caramel. I got me, some new ones. I have no clue what they're called, which I also like. But anyways, they're like $4.49 there, no shipping, and no $9 a bottle. So I was happy. Crap, I wish I remember what it was called. Now there is still a creme brulee one that I really, really want, but they do not have it. But I also don't want to go online and buy it, so I might just be without it because of that reason. Y'all, it's so expensive ordering them online. They're gonna last me a long time too. But Dino also does the salted caramel, so it goes quickly. And then I got him churros is a new one. I got him one of those. But I'm still proud of myself. No sweet and low. Yay. And I cut down my skinny syrup drastically. 3 squirts a day when I was doing 3 to 4 coffee for years. So, yeah, it's a huge difference. Huge difference. But I am going to shut up now and just relax for the rest of the night. Especially since I gave myself heartburn. It is killing me. And the cats, they're already crawling in the bed. They just jumped up there. So I will talk to you tomorrow. Alright, it is January 17th. It is 10 a.m. I am having my second coffee of the day, and boy, do I need it. I've also switched over to no heavy cream today, just butter, and see how that goes. My focus will be really bad today. I'm dead exhausted. My sleep score was a 48. I went to bed at 11. I woke up 6 times to pee during the night. I finally fell asleep and stayed asleep after 3 a.m. I think it was 4 a.m. And I was dead exhausted because I only slept 2 hours the day before. But I had to keep waking up to pee over and over and over again. And usually I would get on the scale and be excited because I would have lost weight. But we're not doing it this way this month. So no scale. Not even for me. No scale. Didn't go near it. So my cats never sleep with me. Not all 7 of them. Minus Willow, so there was an 8. She's always with her daddy. Usually I only get like maybe 4 of them, right? Bear and Piper always sleeps with me. Sharky and Thumper comes back and forth. Let me tell you, around 3 a.m. I wake up and I have 4 cats curled up on my body on the bed. And it got to 10 degrees outside last night, but my house was like 60 something. And then along my whole desk situation, I have a cross right in front of me now, next to my bed, was the other 4 cats, like, no, 3, because 4 was in bed. But y'all, I slept so well, after the initial wake up, because I was shocked to have all these cats on top of me after all this time. I don't know if it was their purring, their warmth of their body, or what. Once they were all on top of me, I was out like a light. Also, they weren't running around, they weren't talking, they weren't doing anything but sleeping with their mommy. But before that, no. But I have been up since 6 a.m. I don't even remember anymore. I had to take my daughter to a co-op and drop her off. It's a school co-op. I had to get gas because every single Wednesday morning I run out of gas. I can't remember on Tuesday to go out and fill the tank. No, I can never do that and make it easy for me. Y'all, it's 15 degrees and I was out there pumping gas, freezing my butt off because I don't do cold. And it was 60 degrees like 3 days ago or 2 days ago. So I don't really have winter clothes. Not that kind of winter clothes. I thought I was going to get away with not needing them this year. So, yeah, that was my morning so far. That was my morning. Freezing my butt off. And now I am trying to wake up enough, because I'm still tired from the crazy sleep, to put a video together. Been watching Wendy and Harry on I go pick her up. I leave her at 11:30. I'll be back around 12:15. Then we gotta leave again at 3:15 for a little meetup she does on Wednesdays for an hour. So I'll probably eat somewhere in between there, some bacon at least. Not more ground beef. So the last time I tried BBBBE with people, it was over a year ago, I think it was, and one of y'all were so nice and sent me money because it was going to be so expensive. And the last time I failed at it bad because my heartburn, and that's when I went off keto. That's when I gained tons of weight. So it wasn't this October, it was the one before, I believe. I think it was the ground sirloin, to be honest, because now this is twice I've had ground sirloin and twice I've had heartburn from it into the night. My throat really hurts, really bad. My gums hurt because that's how bad it was. My nose was bleeding this morning, all from severe gushing heartburn. And it didn't do that on the picanha. It hasn't done it on the bacon or eggs. It's done it twice now when I've eaten the ground beef. So, I won't get picanha until it's not normal ground beef. It's literally sirloin. I should not have issues with it. I don't know why I am. Like, maybe it's the way I'm cooking it, because I don't know. I don't know why I'm having issues with it. I used to not have issues with the ground sirloin. I don't know what's going on. And maybe it's not the ground sirloin, because there is something else written in my notes, but I have had the ibuprofen on other days and not had heartburn, and I also had extra water. So I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to cut the water out and I have to take ibuprofen when I have to take it, or I will not be able to function. But it was a rough night, really rough night. So, and then my mom said something, because I told her about my diet, how I'm doing it. And she's like, you can't afford diets like that. You're too poor. You can't eat that way. And you can't throw food away. You have to have leftovers. One, I've never eaten leftovers in my life, really. Seriously, I seldom ever eat leftovers. Because you just learn how to cook less for that meal, right? Two, that's the problem with the world. You're going to be sick and unhealthy if that's how you look at it. I am looking at it as is less co-payments at the doctor's office, less co-payments on my medications, because some are very high, and I spend way less food than they could ever imagine, like money on food than they could ever imagine. It's not that much. So yeah, that's the problem. And that is why people with not what people consider high income is fact, because they usually can't. Like, if I had a whole big family other than me and Haley, Dina buys his own food. If I had more than me and Haley, I could see where I could not afford to eat this way. We would have to eat ramen noodles all the time. But 99% of the time, I'm having to buy food out for Haley because of her autism. So the grocery bill has nothing, like, but, and her food's very expensive because she gets on these tofu kicks. Tofu is not cheap, y'all. Okay, and she gets on sushi kicks where she can only do sushi. She has autism, and when something's in their brain, it's in their brain. You can't change it, period. So she don't have the kind that you can change. Like, her autism is rough at times. But, no. I've made sure I could afford this. I actually am spending less than I was spending on my grocery bill because I'm not buying the lettuce and the tomatoes and all this other stuff that I don't eat and then I throw away. Right? I am eating everything and not throwing nothing away. Nothing's going to waste. So, I don't know. This is an excuse a lot of people say. Also, if you don't have stomach issues like me, you can go buy a whole tube of hamburger meat like for $20. And I mean like a huge tube, like a 10-pound tube. Alright, you can go over to, which I am going to try again because they did have Angus. I don't know if they still have it. They had Angus sirloin roast at Sam's that I used to could eat, then I couldn't eat, then I could eat, so I'm going to try it again. For like $3 something a pound. You just have to buy like a $50 chunk, anywhere between $35 and $60 chunk, which is a lot. And they'll cut it for you. They'll totally slice it the way you want. So it can be done, especially if you don't have stomach issues like me. It can be done, and I am investing in my health. That's how I am viewing it. Okay, I'm not going to movies. I am not getting Starbucks every time we go out anymore. Or Dunkin' Donuts, because I don't like Dunkin' Donuts without their creamer, and their creamer has too much sweet. Like their cream, it has too much sugar. I can get away with it at Starbucks. I'll probably get a Starbucks today unless they end up at Dunkin' Donuts. And I won't be getting anything at Dunkin' Donuts. So I'll probably just bring my own coffee. But yeah, there are so many things I'm not getting, and it equals out. I managed to find pH water that is cheaper, and yes, bottled water sucks. It's horrible for you. It's got all this crap wrong with it, but I cannot drink tap water. And my mom's that has no chemicals. It comes straight from 300 feet through 3 rock beds, straight spring water, and it still affects me. So, yeah, I don't know, I view things differently than most people, I guess, because when they start adding up the, say, black olives, the spaghetti sauces, the cheeses, the noodles, the everything, I don't need to buy any of that. Of course, I do have all that, but what I'm saying is, I don't need it. Like, it's just meat. I'm just buying some meat and eggs. And, like, I bought $40 of bacon yesterday, but that was 10 packs of bacon. Let's say I go through 3 a week. That is over 3 weeks of bacon. Okay, and my eggs, I paid $16 for my eggs, but that is a whole month worth of eggs. So right there, I spent about $45 for almost a whole month of bacon and eggs, okay? And then my cheeses, I'm only doing a tiny bit of cheese, and I spent $8 for a month of cheese. So we're still way under $100, and then the rest just goes to the meat I eat. But anyways, I'm going to shut up right now because I'm just rattling, and I go on to the next video that Wendy and Harry did because I was 2 days behind, and try to edit my video. Alright, so I'm hoping this is going to give me some energy because I could literally pass out talking. Like, it's bad how sleepy I am. 10 pieces of low sodium bacon, 1.5 ounces of fresh mozzarella, 3 farm eggs. I'm just going to get some Redmond's real salt, just the normal plain one, and throw on there real fast, and I'm gonna eat it and maybe make a third coffee. Oh no, I am crashing hard, and it's only 12 o'clock, and I have to go until after 6 today. Alright, the food did not help. I have no choice but to go to sleep. Like, I'm going to throw up. I am so sleepy. It is not heartburn. It is literally so sleepy. And I have to pick my daughter up in 4 hours, and I have a drive to get her. And I don't want to be passing out in the dark when I'm getting her and bringing her home. So, yeah, trying to fix my sleep is so hard. Especially when you have to pee all night, which, you know, is a good thing and a bad thing. And yes, I stopped my liquid intake like at 7, and I didn't go to bed until 11, so I didn't think I would have to pee all night, but weight loss makes me pee. Alright, y'all, I was so excited. I went into the Chatham Meat Co. in Sanford to grab my dad a steak because he was whining. He didn't care how much it was a pound. And they had my picanha early. It is Wednesday, and I don't have to wait until Friday. So I've got some cut. Here's Dino's because he does not do fat. I do fat, so we have all the fat that was cut off, all of them right here, and I'm going to slice them up, and we're going to fry some later, and more also like air fry, and I might use some for the tallow that I'm going to make soon. Then I have my pecanias. Okay. All right. Aren't they beautiful? They are so pretty. And I did get a New York strip to try. Like I said, some people might think, oh, this is crazy expensive. But y'all, my daughter got a 22-ounce soda at a friggin' fast food place. That's all she wanted. And guess what? That was $3.50. So my black Americano that I paid $5 for is cheap. My meat, do not put Willow near my meat. She might try to eat it. And my meat, $7.99 a pound versus what nasty foods are from fast foods and drinks. Cheap, cheap, cheap. A candy bar's $3 now. So you just got to relook at things. When people's like, well, that costs too much. Well, relook what people who aren't on any healthy diets spend money on and how much they spend the money on. Okay, it is time to cook soon. I got to put this away. Oh, and we got a Temu unboxing coming. Okay, I am still cooking my picanha, but this part right here is just the fat. I sliced it extremely thin, air fried at 400 for about 10 minutes. You don't like the nasty, juicy filling of fat? That is not this. This is literally the texture of bacon fat when you cook it nice and crispy. No soft, gushy. I don't know how else to explain it. Might sound stupid, but you know, when you eat fat that's just weird texture, this is a yummy bacon fat. But it is, you know, picanha fat. And so yummy. Okay, it's 7:30 and I'm having my picanha. And y'all, I ate that fat and it was so amazing. And you can see that there is some fat on my picanha, so I'm excited. Alright, I am all done with dinner. It is 8 o'clock and I think I'm going to finish putting this video together and crawl into bed because I am still super sleepy. Tomorrow's hair washing day, so yep, but it was delicious as always.